I think that I like Paige. I like Paige. You know, it's like Blades when I talk. You know, when Blades fought last. When you talk all that stuff, I'm not being paid enough, and you know, fighting inconsistently. You know, one time in the last year, injuries, and then got smoked in the first round of the fight. She should definitely test free agency. Played out the way that I thought it might. I thought that if you know, George didn't catch him with something, you know, that's the way the fight would go. And you know, his takedown defense was unbelievable. You know, he would get taken down and get back up against Usman. It's tough to do. He did it for 5 rounds, and you know, did what he could do. Usman's a beast, man. Guy's a beast.
I hate coming up short. I'm not gonna make no excuses. He was a better man tonight. There were some areas where I didn't give him enough credit, and there were some areas where I felt with a better training camp, I could definitely surpass him. And I think I showed a lot of my wrestling on 6-8 notice that I'm not too easy to take down or to hold down on the ground. I made a lot of mistakes. I tried to fight in spots since I didn't feel my gas tank was at the greatest, and he fought in better spots. You know, right when I'd get loose and start to open up, he was able to clinch me up and take it back into his world, so I'm not going to take nothing away from him. He won fair and square. I'll do whatever it takes to get back in front of that man and compete again and get my hand raised. Couldn't answer that right now, man. The fragile guy with the MAGA hat, definitely not him, because he got finished by this guy with a full training camp. He had like 12 weeks and he got finished, so I think that guy's below me and this dude by a lot, you know. 6-8 notice, and I was nowhere near getting hurt or getting put out. You know, the gas tank wasn't the best, but I wasn't going nowhere as far as damage goes. Everybody can see that, so definitely not that punk. Leon Edwards, I don't know if the numbers make sense, or whoever it is, if the numbers make sense and it gets me closer to the title. His jab was I knew he had an okay jab, but his jab was okay, you know. His fakes though, I could tell he was just level changing the fake. He was able to like kind of lower me to sleep and then grab me for the clinch, you know, where he'd fake and then all of a sudden he was grabbing me and we were up against the fence, and there was other areas where I felt real good actually. When he got into my legs, I felt I could wrestle with him all day. I stuffed a lot of takedowns. I'll be back, you know. He knows that I'm no pushover. I just feel like I let a lot of people down. It was a shitty performance. The competitive me, no. I want to take everybody's head off. I want to take his head off even more now that he beat me. But I just feel like, especially me and him now, we don't have to promote the next fight like that. We don't have to talk about each other's religion or ethnicities or nothing like that. You know, he said some things that weren't necessary, and I'm sure I said some things that probably weren't the best. I just think about the future generations. You don't have to promote fights like that or sell pay-per-views. I heard that this card did great anyways, you know, but I feel it doesn't have to be promoted like that, especially for the younger guys coming up. They don't need to think that you always need to talk shit to sell a pay-per-view, you know, or disrespect the man's religion or anything like that. So we'll do it again, you know.
There was a time where people started hating Floyd Mayweather because he was so dominant, and Floyd his defense was so good, and he was just so good at what he did. We can agree on that. He was so good at what he did to where everyone's like, "Oh, that's boring. He's not just fighting because people want to see a bar fight." You know, we're risking our lives in there, and we've trained. What was the point of training each and every day and then going there and just slugging around and taking punches? You train to be able to make someone miss, to be able to control them in a certain way. That's what training is for. So you're not in there just taking punishment at will. And I do that better than anybody. And so whoever is saying that, they can say whatever they want, but I went out there, I kept working. I worked for 25 minutes. Even when we were up against the cage standing, I mean, I worked for 25 minutes. I gave him opportunities where he could have got off the cage. But, you know, he was there, he was content staying there, and I kept working. And so whoever's saying that, they can say whatever they want.
let's be realistic. Well, fighting him again, he's done great things in his divisions. You know, I've got nothing but respect for the man, but at the same time, me fighting him ain't helping my legacy. I've got number one contenders. I told you, if I want to be the GOAT, I've got to take out number one contenders. If someone's going to cut in front of the line, like Cejudo, pay me the money and maybe we can make it happen. You've got to make it worthwhile for me because I want that GOAT status. Taking Henry Cejudo doesn't really help that. I believe people are going to know I'm expected to win that. No disrespect to him, but you know this is a whole different league up here with these big boys. So, and I'll show that if that fight was to ever happen, I'll show him this ain't his division.